Hey everybody, welcome to Whoa, hey, hey, thanks. Well, I see there's a lot more of you. That's awesome. Just everybody gather in, crowd around, find a spot. No fighting. Nintendo guys, Sega guys, I'm talking to you. Arcade guys, I just set up a spot in the back where you can stand up. I figured you wouldn't mind. Anyways, I am your host Crow, and welcome to episode 3 of Retro Roadshow. Last week we worked on an awesome do-it-yourself project that involved perler beads, and I showed you how to make your very own 3D sprite that doubles as a Game Boy loose cart carrying case for your display shelf. We looked at 2 of the only Star Trek items that I currently have in my collection, Star Trek Starfleet Academy Starship Bridge Simulator, which if you watched the show you saw can be an extremely tedious game. And finally we all learned a little bit more about life from Star Trek with the Retro Roadshow item of the show. This week we're going to check out the garage sale scene in Twin Cities, Minnesota. We're going to look at a really interesting and fun platformer for the NES that not too many casual gamers know about, at least. And finally we're heading off to the junkyard for a combination of the Retro Roadshow item of the week and another do-it-yourself project for you junkyard gamers out there. So let's get this show on the road. Well, it's Wednesday, guys, and around here that means that garage sales are going to start popping up. So let's head outside and see what we can find. Okay, we got the keys to the Retromobile. Let's just put our shoes on here and we will be good to go. Nice. Adventure time, guys. Garage sales are always really fun in Minnesota. Oh my God. Well, I guess we're putting the jacket on. I don't even want to do this now. Let's go see what the damage is. Whew. Yes, dudes and dudettes, it is freezing outside. About 22 degrees below freezing to be precise. And yeah, I am doing this on a voiceover just because the wind in this video here is so insane, I can barely hear myself think above it. That and my lips keep freezing, so I sound like I'm drunk when I'm talking on this video, and I'm not gonna let you guys hear that. Oh. Almost fell on the ice there. You gotta be careful walking out here when this stuff first comes down. We got some kids playing over there. I checked online and I guess school was called off too, so that's how much I pay attention. Man, I remember those days, man. The adult world shut down and your kid world opened right up. So I guess what happened out here is it rained, then that froze, then it snowed, and then it rained and snowed again. There's the Retromobile with a nice candy shell on it. And here's one bit of sound that I did manage to catch in between the wind gusts.
It's already summer in Florida.
Thanks, little dude. Well, I am freezing my face off out here, so I think it's time that we head back inside. I think it's pretty safe to say that at least for this season, garage sales are done, man. That was freezing. It's not the coldest it's gonna get. I think I looked at the thermometer outside and it was about 10 degrees out, and it'll get down to probably negative 20, negative 25 this year. But let's go play some Nintendo and warm ourselves up, right? Well, we're back, and as disappointing as that was, the show must go on! So we're gonna keep the show moving by checking out a really cool and, in my opinion, lesser known platforming game released by Capcom for the Nintendo Entertainment System. This is Little Nemo, the Dream Master. Let's check it out. Feed me, Crow! Yeah. There, eat that. Released in 1990 by Capcom, Little Nemo the Dream Master stars Nemo, a young boy brought to Slumberland by Messenger the Space Clown? Now while we're here, let's address this intro because as a kid, I gotta admit, I didn't pay any attention to this. But as an immature adult pretending to be a kid, I find this to be dirty, insinuating, and funny as hell. Here we have Messenger the Space Clown explaining to us that the Princess of Slumberland has chosen you to be her new playmate. Yes! We are less than 2 minutes into this game and Nemo is already swimming in the ladies. Unfortunately, it looks like Nemo doesn't have too much experience in the female department. Well, Sally, it's time to take off your satin gloves and get our hands a little dirty. Little Nemo the Dream Master is a platforming adventure game where you guide Nemo through various dream levels in Slumberland. While not the most impressive graphics of the time, it does have that familiar Capcom style along with an awesome soundtrack. And the gameplay, though difficult, totally rocks. At the end of each of Nemo's dreams is a door, each with a different number of locks around it. Your job is to find all of these keys so that you can remove all the locks, open the door, and move on to the next stage. In your journey as Nemo through Slumberland, you are destined to meet a wide variety of characters, ranging from enemies to friends that still damage you if you touch them. Unless, of course, you feed them. In that case, they will let you ride them and gain access to their powers for a brief period of time. In some cases, you don't really ride the animals so much as dive through their face, parasitically devour their insides, and inhabit their skin, only to shed the final remnants of their brief mortal coil when you change back to Nemo with an explosion. Whoa. Some of these friends are required to pass certain challenges in each level, while some are not required, but they sure make life a whole lot easier. This provides a constantly changing experience as you'll have to adjust your gameplay tactics to accommodate each helper's strengths and weaknesses. It is worth mentioning as well that this game has absolutely no boss battles until the end. Another interesting thing to note is that this time around I did not reach the final boss battle. For those of you who keep tabs on the Retro Roadshow channel page, you'll no doubt have noticed that a few nights ago I literally watched my computer melt down before my very eyes, and I had a frantic adventure taking the hard drive out and putting it in another body. Overall, Little Nemo the Dream Master is a great game with an almost non-linear feel. You're not faced with a set path on how to finish the level. It's pretty much up to you to figure out how you want to do it. With a dynamic cast of characters, enemies, and constantly changing scenery, this game does keep you interested. Though not without its fault, I'm not gonna lie, I had my fair share of cheap deaths in this one. This is a difficult but great game. Add in constantly shifting gameplay from all the helpers you meet, very similar to the way that Kirby games work. Little Nemo the Dream Master is definitely a game that you'll want in your collection. So enough of me yakking, let's get to more me yakking. Let's head out to the junkyard and see what we find. Alright, so we're here in the junkyard and guys. Okay, I know, we're in the same spot. I'm working on it, okay? Anyways, as I said in the intro, we're going to be looking at an item that combos for 2 portions of our show today. It's the Retro Roadshow item as well as a DIY project for you guys at home. Let's take a look. Now this is my kind of deal. I was cruising a garage sale one day and it wasn't any ordinary garage sale. This was actually a high school gymnasium that they had all sectioned off and had everybody from the local community, local churches and everything like that bring in their donation items to sell at this garage sale. So not only was there just a huge variety of things, everything was dirt cheap. Now I started looking through the toys section, found the dollar bin, and what did I see inside? That's right, guys. The Gold Edition Game Boy Advance from the Pokemon Center in New York City. Now, this is a little bit beat up if you look at it here. The edges here are a little bit black and you can tell some kid got this and just played the crap out of it. But even still, to find it for $1 at a garage sale is just fantastic. But dude, there's nobody in their right mind who would sell that for $1. I agree. Unless there was something wrong with it, which there is. There's a couple things wrong with this, and we're not going to cover all of them today, but we are going to cover one major issue that I see with these things all the time. Whether I find them at garage sales, thrift stores, it usually has this same issue if it's cheap, and that is no battery cover. And that can be a real beast. You'll be playing your game as usual, and then all of a sudden, So how do we fix this? Well, short of ordering another Game Boy Advance and pulling the battery pack off of it, you're going to have to get a little creative with stuff like this. Now, I know people who've made replacement battery covers for them out of scrap plastic products and stuff like that. I'm not really good at plastic welding and things like that, so here's a quick solution that I came up with for this problem. Now, the first thing you're going to need is a Game Boy Color. That's right, the original Game Boy will not work with this. I'm not sure if the Game Boy Pocket will work, but I do know that the Game Boy Color will work. Flip it over here, take out the batteries, put your Game Boy Color aside, and put the batteries in your Game Boy Advance console. Take the Game Boy Color battery cover, turn it around, and this little tab right here should snap into that slot. Just like that. Now, like I said, it's not perfect. It sticks out over the edge and it doesn't look very pretty. But at least you can now play your games without having any issues. And there, I didn't even turn it off last time, so you can see that holds it in there really well. You shake them around, twist the controller or whatever, bite it. You know, I don't know what you do. But yeah, that is a quick, easy fix for your Game Boy Advance standard version, and it doesn't cost you anything. And when you're done, you just unsnap that, take the batteries out, put them in your Game Boy Color, and you're good to go. And that brings us to the end of episode 3 for Retro Roadshow. I want to thank you guys for watching so far, and as always, if you like the show, remember to click the subscribe button up there. You like that? I actually figured out where it is this time, huh? I'm holding it right now, but you can't see that. Click the like button, show it to your friends on Facebook, whatever you want to do. I just appreciate you guys watching. And as always, stay tuned, stay rad, and keep playing.